skin looks good, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yo, take care, Thunder.
Danganronpa.
Give me a bit. Finish my candy. A little tilted. Oh, you guys remember what happened last time, right? It was a trial. Kyoko was acting weird. We decided not to pursue the lie. We got Monokuma ended the trial early because we were catching on to some shit. And they sentenced me guilty. And we almost died, but Chihiro saved us. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. But we protected Kyoko, which is what matters. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Is that an airplane? How does something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink? And which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. Give me 1 second, chat. I'll be right back. I'm back, sorry. Sorry about that. Oh man, I have to say I am like profoundly fucking disappointed, man. Like I'm profoundly fucking like upset. Fucking mood killer.
You're the greatest, Lacari.
My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left. After not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However... Nothing game? However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down here? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? The fuck? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Kyoko!
It smells awful.
Kyoko! Kyoko! Kyoko came down here, dude! She came down here to save us, man. Oh, man. This place smells awful. Kyoko!
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. How thoughtful! She knew we were hungry and thirsty! Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Whew! That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not! After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Kyoko reset me, dude. Kyoko, like, I was so fucking tilted and upset and disappointed and just let down. Because, like, I was super excited about ML a little bit, right? I was fucking, holy shit, man. Kyoko made me fucking happy, dude. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you have to come? Why'd you have to come to rescue me? To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once?
I...
Until recently, I had forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it. Byakuya! It's Byakuya! Byakuya's the mastermind! I figured it out! Here's the final boss! Mr. Based! I wouldn't put it past the affluent prodigy or whatever the fuck that shit's called. Such ignorance. That's what he would say to me. And before it's that fucking retard Yasuhiro, dude. And before it's actually the most dumb, useless character in the entire game. And Yasuhiro has just been fucking manipulating us all this entire time. Dude, honestly, if it was him, that'd be so fucking funny, dude. That'd be so funny. It can't be Toko, she's too stupid. Hina is like way too fucking like innocent. So it can't be Toko, can't be Hina, dude. If there's anyone it could be, it's either Byakuya or fucking Yasuhiro, dude. I promise you, dude, it's probably Yasuhiro, dude. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to come help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. Damn, so she went for me because I'm beta. I'm beta. I understand.
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Ugh. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how did it turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. Okay, let me guess. Hold on. Let me guess. Alright. So, everyone always talks about how, like, she's always, like, she's very natural around, like, dead bodies and, like, handling dead bodies and shit, right? But the ultimate gravekeeper would be retarded. That's stupid as fuck. There's no way it would be something like that. She seems like she has like a lot of intuition. And if you look at like the way she's dressed and shit, doesn't she look like some sort of like private investigator? Right? She's like a private investigator. The ultimate necromancer. No, not necromancer. Not an investigator. It's like a... It's not an investigator. It's like an inspector. Not an inspector. It's like... What the fuck am I... What word am I looking for? Detective. She's the ultimate detective. Probably. Right? Ultimate detective. I bet. I bet you she's the ultimate detective. That's what they're called, right? Detectives? That's what, fucking in Persona 4 and 5. In Persona 4, those are the blue-haired guys. And in Persona, 5, that's what, what's his name? Akechi? They're detectives, right? Yeah. Yeah, Naoto, that guy. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if we're right. Dude! Hey! I'm a fucking god! Yo, Chad, give me some Twitch prompts. We're too smart. I'm the ultimate detective. Dude, that was 100% accurate. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy... Oh, wow, thanks. Wait, you guys are actually subbing. Yo, fab to death. And Ephemeral Ghost, thank you for the primes. Much appreciated. Thank you, boys. Also, dude, I should have been thanking subs this entire time, actually. I was just too tilted. Give me 1 second. Let me go through the list of who subbed and shit. Spark City Local Wizards, Cat and Box, Hobo X, Ghetto Nanny, Mo89, P. Casker, and Big Rock. Thank you for the subs, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you. And the reason I came to Host Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well... It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Wait, seriously? Kyoko's father is the headmaster? What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
Oh, that's why she was freaking out there. She was remembering. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose of coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I had seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile on that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty. faculty? Faculty. It sounds weird when I say it. Faculties. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever is going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get the chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important and really ominous.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorm, there was no cameras or monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed,
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
correct,
That was the point of the class trial. It was? That was the trap! You remember when she was talking about the trap the mastermind had laid for her? That was it, and if you expose her, she fucking dies. So I wonder if that's what would have actually happened. I wonder if Makoto's, like, recollection of if he decides to expose... I wonder if that actually happens like that, then. Maybe. I guess what he thought actually does happen. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
that's right,
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
in other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed,
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. Wait, she knows when somebody is going to die? She can sense when somebody is going to die. That's crazy. Dude, her ability's OP. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct,
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
however,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct,
And their murderer was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
indeed,
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like. Wait, But doesn't that create another contradiction? Mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because... Why is it cuz? Like C-U-Z. Cuz the mastermind wanted to use the class trial and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. So I have to double check the definition of implicate. So like, the ultimate despair
Yeah, no hair.
is any person that assisted in the tragedy? Is that what that means? Am I getting that right? No, I know what implicate means. Just like her use of the word made me really curious. I was wondering if like I had to like double check. Ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Oh. So they're trying, so the ultimate despair is trying to kill off all the students of Hope's Peak Academy. Yes. Hope's Peak can stop them, I guess, probably. That's what I'm guessing. Like, Hope's Peak are the only people who can stop them. Or I should say students, in this case. They're the only ones with enough ability to compete with them. Could be, could be. You received Dream Island Rocket. Nice. Save. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. The ultimate despair, a group of people. So the ultimate despair is a group of people. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use the key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, what? Yes, it opened. Nice, we're out of here. And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally we were free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. The fuck is this chapter? After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. Can we finish the game today? We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Wow. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into the darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet behind me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither a light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
I couldn't even give myself a hand job! It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet... I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What?
No
matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family's name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I would have never had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Ignorance.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family in order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. And are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after, I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is
Indeed.
it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so
Chat,
it should
stop
open without
gooing.
much trouble.
No one in this game has genitals. They can't bang you and you can't bang them. They don't even have buttholes or mouths. It's all just drawn on with a Sharpie pen. You'll have to be satisfied with Genshin Impact characters.
Damn. Dono, chat did not like that. They did not like that at all, Dono. It's a good thing you donated as an anonymous LOL. They would have had your head. You know, everyone in the chat is armed, right? They're all armed and dangerous. So if they find out who you are, they'll shoot you to death. They timed out one guy. I checked, chat. You timed out one guy for 3 weeks, and he's still timed out. He's still timed out for 3 weeks. Because every exclamation point shoot, it adds up. Listen, this is a free chat. What do you call it? Open carry? This is an open carry chat. Anyone can ban anyone here. Okay? This is what we call freedom. This is some true NA shit, baby. K-Kona clap. So you better watch your shit, boy. You better watch your fucking shit. Of course, there has to be law and order. And for that, I've hired janitors that work day and night. Hardcore labor. For $0 per hour, they moderate this place. They're valuable assets. Sometimes. Not really. We can replace them whenever we want. Anyways, let's continue. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand.
Dead.
I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so we're out. Looks like we're back, but I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
Sorry, I was just using my abbreviated name before, dude. Anyone in chat want to try and come at me? Try it. I'll come to your house and I'll come at your wife and mum. Then we can get acquainted as daddy and son, you little brats. Discount code LOLTyler1.
What are you doing here, dude? Go back to League of Legends, dude, alright? That's where you came from, buddy, yeah? Also, you're too short and fucking bald to do shit, bitch. Keep playing your little League of Legends game, pussy.
Alright, to be honest, Lacari, you're a dope
play
streamer
Dota,
and I've only watched you for like the past month. You and chat keep it real all the time. I dig it.
Says me. Listen, dude, I met T1. Listen, okay, I met T1 like 3 years ago in TwitchCon, okay? Was it 3 years? I think it was like 3 years ago now. And I'm about double his height, okay? I'm gonna put that out right now, okay? And back then, I had hair. Okay, I didn't have hair back then, but I had more hair than I have now. Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I can call him short, because he's shorter than me, and that's how it works. Yeah? You hear that, T1? Fuck you, bitch. Give me another $3, pussy. Discount code suck this fucking dick, bitch. That's what you get for leaving Greek alone all these years. Greek has been struggling without you. He needs you. You two are brothers, and you abandoned him for League. You abandoned Greek. Now he's lost and hopeless. He has to cling to Mizkif and Soda. He has nothing. You were his one true homie. And now you're just playing League all day. Go out with your boy. Bring back the glory days now. Well, I mean, he was kind of a leech. I can understand too, honestly. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Nah, dude, Greek's the best, man. Come on. Everybody, dude, who can't love Greek? Only the haters hate Greek.
You are double my height, but half my length. Sorry for making your knees hurt after all those hours polishing me off. At least I paid for the bruises to your esophagus. Discount code LOLTyler1, discount code LOLTyler1, discount code LOLTyler1, discount code LOL.
Yo, this idiot might actually be T1. Honestly, this fucking idiot might act like, look at him, dude. This is exactly how this fucking dumbass would talk, too. Hey, fuck you, T1, little bitch. Eat a dick, pussy. Alright, anyways. We need to continue this game. You're delaying. LOL God 1. Fucking pussy. Wrong code. Wait, you got your own fucking discount code wrong, you idiot. You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. But wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What do you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right,
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Where's everyone else? I wonder if we can talk to anyone that's around right now. Nah, I guess we can't.
Lactose.
Oh, it's nighttime. Everyone's asleep. Yo, chills. Thank you for the 4 month reset. go see Monokuma. Dumbass bear.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here?
Yeah, no hair.
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then, there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find
That's
some.
right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love to inspire so much. But here we are confronting you. Confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Such
Hey.
ignorance.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed,
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course. You can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove us wrong. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and
that's
square,
what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Damn, Kyoko, let's go!
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But What reason would the mastermind have to accept that challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Oh, so he really can't do it because the viewers would fucking... Because the viewers would hate it, huh? So we really are live to the entire world.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words...
Does that mean you accept?
You
If
guys!
we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm pre-bear to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely fitting in.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. Jesus Christ, this guy and Bulldog would get along so well. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the
You
school,
guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. For sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? And it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants.
Here's the truth that will cause Lacari ultimate despair. He's bald.
Yeah, no hair.
This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why did he go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. He's freaking out. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-bum. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept, huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. All because of the one moment the mastermind let down his guard. Wait, what? So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah. They definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. What up, Derp? Thanks for the
Hi,
research.
Lacari. Hope all is well. Smile.
Everything's okay. I'm just really disappointed a little bit right now. I was super excited about that character. And it's just... Oh, she's so bad. Hu Tao did the exact opposite, though. Hu Tao actually exceeded my expectations.
Black.
In terms of, like, being fun to play and etc. And being, like, useful. Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. I hope you will somehow make her work. If I max Mola her, maybe if I max Mola her and I can get like 2k defense, 100% crit rate, and 300% crit damage. I think that's like the good damage though. Check this shit. The fuck is this? Why are you looking at me, Corona-chan? We already know about Corona-chan. She can be cute, but deadly at the same time. I thought you were looking something about a little bit maybe not being dog shit. Just wait for Whitey's video. How long is this Whitey debut gonna take, huh? When will we actually see this character's potential? 1 week? I wonder if there's anyone that has a little bit, like, actually not fucking dog shit status. Let me double check. Cause my disappointment in this character is fucking profound. I don't think anyone's been using her.
Start the game already!
In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So,
They had to show the world something, no matter the
You had
cost.
7 hours of set already steam forge Dangan fruits no way champ.
Quiet. They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would
The
seem...
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. Why would the Mastermind want to show the world all of us killing each other? What the fuck is going on out there? It's all so strange, isn't it? Good dono. Wait, what happened? Try hard. Am I behind him? Content, homie? Really? That's why? Oh, my chat's a little delayed. Interesting. Let me try to refresh. I almost spoiled? Be careful, man. It's very easy to spoil this game, right? Can't resist. My brain's not delayed. Probably because they're the ultimate... Oh! That makes sense. Please do more streams in the morning like these. They are comfy. I really want to somehow figure out a way to make them a little bit work. Oh well. So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking
Yeah,
about
no hair.
hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. Oh, that makes sense. Wait, this is all starting to make sense, actually. This entire story's starting to come together. They wanted to show off hope falling into despair and killing each other. Kyoko's so smart. For those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That a group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
That's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge. And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believe in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't they say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
however,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell all the others what's going on. True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in a dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Woo! I'm getting tired. Oh. I'm tired, but I don't want to stop. I'm just gonna have to say, fuck E7 tomorrow. That game just gave me profound disappointment. That was too big of a letdown for me to play it right now. I think we say fuck E7 for now. Ugh. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no hair.
Cut out! Alright, let's save. Okay, chat, I'm gonna rest so we can stream later tonight. So I'm gonna rest now. So chat, we rest now. Wake up. And we play, I don't even know, like, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do an intro game tomorrow. I might just play straight Dangan.
Final punishment is to throw hands with Monokumar in the school parking lot and get your ass beat.
No. That doesn't sound right.